What's up, Vikings? Welcome back to another episode of VVN. We have another amazing episode for you this week, so let's jump right in.
The boys tennis team is still looking for participants. If you are interested in playing, make sure you get cleared and come out to the tennis courts any day at 3:45 p.m. to try out. No experience is needed. If you have any questions, reach out to Mr. Martinez or Coach Mora.
The governor of Texas released a statement in which he states that as of January 24th, he has officially started an invasion of the southern border and will not invoke an act that will mobilize the Texas National Guard in order to defend itself. The situation only got worse when Texas authorities laced razor wires over part of the border. When the federal border troops arrived to Texas, the National Guards blocked them from entering the area. The Biden administration took this matter to the Supreme Court and they ruled that the Border Patrol was allowed to clear out the wires. A statement was released by the Texas government saying that Biden has failed to do his job, and Texas National Guards were seen laying out more razor wires.
What's up, Vikings? February 1st, girls JV and varsity soccer will have their senior night home against Marshall. Both games start at 3:15. Boys JV and varsity soccer will face Marshall away. Both games start at 3:30. February 2nd, boys JV and varsity basketball will play against Marshall, with JV being away and varsity having their senior night home. JV will start at 3:30 and varsity at 6:30. Girls varsity basketball will have their senior night home against Marshall. The game starts at 5.
What's up, Vikes? Again, a courteous reminder for all of you taking an online course through OPO. Quarter 3 has started, and your courses are due March 15th at 12:30 p.m. Be proactive and begin working now before time runs out. Mr. Huerta is available to support you in room F608.
Hey there, you like fighting games? You like baseball? You like dodgeball? Well, I got a game for you. Give me a funky beat because this week's game recommendation is Lethal League Blaze. Now you're asking me what the hell is a Lethal League Blaze? Well, it's a fighting game with a twist. Instead of you beating your opponents to death, you beat them with a ball. You got 3 moves, so it's almost similar to rock, paper, scissors. You got hit, punt, and throw. Well, not only you have 3 moves, you can connect combos with the ball. Now, what other things there are? Well, basically, the game OST is made by Hideki Naganuma, which is a really good music creator for game OSTs. As this game is only on Steam, that's what I'm fully sure, but I know you can play the original game on Xbox. That's all for me. See ya.
Oh hey, didn't see you there. And I still can't see you because this is a video. Now some of you might have questions about why I wasn't present last week. Well, it all boils down to communication, and I won't elaborate further so that way the editor won't be embarrassed enough to cut this part. But because how my segment from last week is already done, you all get 2 segments from me. Hey, editor, cut to my recommendation from last week. Wait, actually, so I'm going to track 2 taught me this trick. Alright, how do you do it? Domain expand. Back in the oldie days, hold on, that sounds generic. Back when tigers used to smoke, people relied on gods and deities to help with their troubles, like asking for a good harvest. But like most things, people eventually become more self-sufficient, which reduces these deities to merely fun folktale. Same thing happened here in Spice and Wolf. The local wolf deity, Holo, blesses the village with an annual harvest. But she doesn't need to bless the village now due to better practices being more wide known and accepted. Now, like most people with their job done, she's just gonna go home back in the north. Screw walking, that is for losers. She's just gonna hitch a ride with a traveling merchant called Kraft. Like any reasonable person, Kraft asked Holo, what can she provide him with to help? Well, it seems that Holo has this incredible ability to just evaluate a person's character. Is this client trustworthy, or are they lying about something? All of which are very useful when you want to be a business person. And yes, this anime delves into economics. Since the transactions are centered around the acts of people and businesses, this is classified as microeconomics. Give me a second. We're talking about serious business. I'm talking business without an I. In fact, get rid of the U and replace it with an I. That's right, first notions of hands being thrown, I'm more concerned about buying merchandise at a low price and sell it higher in a neighboring village. Maybe I'll get scammed, maybe I'll find gold, who knows? Economics is fickle, and I'm sharp as a sickle, and I ain't no pickle. Now, would you like to hear about opportunity costs? You should. Like my economics teacher once said, economics is not about money, it is about choices. Your choices. Okay, doesn't matter about what happened. Alright, so last week you learned about microeconomics. This week it's about macroeconomics. This isn't personal now. Now we let the government and neighboring countries do their job. Therefore, I present to you Maoyusha. Yes, say that thing 5 times fast. I'm just gonna say archenemy and hero. So, there's been a war between humans and demons for 15 years. In recent years, a hero rose up with their 3 companions to begin advancing. They were pretty efficient, so much so that the main guy just got annoyed with how the armies worked that He's just gonna fight the Demon King himself on his own. And so, arriving at the Demon King's castle, it was finally time to kill the Demon King to stop all this war. It turns out that the Demon King was female, so it should actually be the Demon Queen, but if not for tradition to say that the title should be Demon King. Anyway, she also wants to end the war, but it's difficult. You want a lesson about war and economy? First, understand that the southern nations have no fertile farmland. As they continue to fight against the demons because they were closer to the demons, the central nations provide funds for these people to be able to eat. In turn, this means that exporters are flourishing. So give money to the war in the south, the money goes to food and weaponry, which benefits manufacturers, which causes the cycle to continue. Yes, they really pulled a sundowner and gave war a chance.
Oh, you're saying, give war a chance!
Actually, in the anime, they explicitly state that the central nations only give money for security. So this really is what Sundowner talked about.
Anyway, none of this will matter in 3 hours. Demand for PMCs is about to skyrocket.
For the Demon Queen and the hero to finally stop this war between demons and humans, there must be changes. Changes to make these nations independent of having to spark war to just live. How? I don't have the time to explain everything right now. It is a lot to unpack. So, watch the anime on your own time. Now, usually I don't recommend romance animes because this genre doesn't really appeal to me. But I'll make an exception for this one because economics.
Hey Vikings, today's movie recommendation is Mean Girls, which is a musical for the original Mean Girls movie. Homeschooled Katie Heron, who is a new student, gets welcomed to the top of the social chain by a group called the Plastics, or the Popular Girls. Katie then likes this guy who ends up being Regina George's ex. Katie then finds herself caught in the crosshairs of Regina and her minions while trying to take the group down. That's all from me, Vikings. Have a great day.
Some January national days are National Croissant Day, which is on January 30th. On the 31st, it's National Hot Chocolate Day. On February 1st, it's National Chocolate Day. And on February 2nd, it's National Groundhog Day. Hey Vikings! Last week's winner of the Poll of the Week was the original Mean Girls movie, winning by 95%, and the musical version of Mean Girls was 5%. Fun fact about Mean Girls is that Lindsay Lohan was wearing a $10,000 wig while filming Mean Girls. This week's poll is Avengers or DC. The poll results will be announced on next week's episode.
Hey Vikings, today's show recommendation is Goosebumps. A group of 5 high schoolers embark on a twisted journey to investigate the tragic passing of a teen named Harold Biddle. While on their quest, they discover dark secrets from their parents' past. Goosebumps is available on Disney+. Have a great rest of your day, Vikings.
Hey Vikings, this week's song recommendation is Coffee Bean by Travis Scott.
Yeah, like in the bathroom done. I know they told you I'll be back for you. Don't worry, I'll be back for you. All the money and cars.
That's all for this week, Vikings. See you again next week.